Y'all hear me? Mic check. Mic check, mic check. I don't know if y'all can hear me. My phone's dead. It's Sunday morning, 10:42. Where I'm at, I don't know the exact date, to be honest with you. I think it's like it was Friday. Friday was the 14th, I want to say. That means today's the 16th. And, what it do? What it be? Good morning, y'all. It's your boy, Agent A-N-T. Repping the fucking Spell Block Agency, gang shit, all that shit, you know. And, so I did a video yesterday, and I didn't really have all the details type shit. Was just giving my perspective based off of what we had heard from Joe Budden, pretty much. From Joe Budden's side. What I didn't know, it literally like that same day they had done, Rory and Mal had posted some shit, you know, basically telling their side. And after hearing both sides, seeing both videos, and then also watching the one this morning where all three of them were actually, you know, talking about it. I think it was episode like 277 or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck. But after watching all that, well, I kind of skimmed through them, watched most of them. But it kind of seems like Joe is the common denominator in all this, as I kind of said yesterday. Damn, shit kind of loud. But seems to me that Joe's missing the point in trying to paint this narrative and trying to play this victim card. And really, that's not the case. And my whole thing is, when Joe did that episode and fired Rory and all that, he said a lot of things that he didn't say when the two of them were in that room together. Or all three of them were in the room together. Like, and if you felt this kind of way, why didn't you just say that then? Like, you over here talking about Rory and Mal wanted ownership. When y'all two was together, or when y'all three was together, ownership wasn't even a topic. As a matter of fact, Mal reiterated for damn near an hour and a half that it was all about respect and transparency. And when Mal finally kind of got into some details about the accounting, if you look at it, goddamn, my phone is dead as hell. It's almost charged though. I'll probably see how charged it is at halftime. Try and pull up, you know, some exact episodes and timestamps and shit like that. But if you look at some of these episodes, like, you gotta sometimes, like I said, there's two sides of the story. There's Rory and Mal's side or whatever, and then there's Joe Budden's side, and then there's the truth. And, you know, somewhere in between, one side is going to be more transparent and truthful than the other side. And honestly, hold on real quick, because it's bothering me that this camera's in the right side. So I'm going to try and switch it to the left real quick. That's better. Alright, now I can see, how many points everybody got. Shit like that. Oop. Ah. Hey, come on, hit that. Gotta dunk that, fool. He taking that all the way. But I feel like a lot of what Joe was saying solo, he didn't say when Rory and Maul was there. Right there in the same room as him. So it's like, why are you trying to say different shit when it just seems like y'all were just on the same page, a couple weeks ago with the whole episodes and shit. Oh my gosh. And I didn't want to speculate. And I kind of, at first, I told y'all, I seen shit from Joe's perspective to where, you're trying to build a brand, or in Joe's case, I feel like Joe doesn't really know what he wants to build, because it's different, to build a brand than to build a network. You feel me? Like, he wants to run, like, a media conglomerate, it seemed like, and have a bunch of podcasts and entertainers and, sign different podcasts and kind of have that be a network of, podcasts and news and, just different shit, which is cool. If that's what you want to do and that's your end game, that's fine. If that's what you want to be the boss of. However, that is not the same as the Joe Budden podcast as just a solo entity, because Maul has a point, and all three of them recognize the fact that it wasn't really any one of them that made the show. It was the fact that they all had the chemistry enough to make it go. All of them brought a little something different to the table. Joe, of course, being the big draw name, the polarizing figure, and he was doing, kind of into the podcast shit before really anybody. I'm really surprised Kawhi ain't hit that, but I'll take it. Ooh. Yo, the Claw's D'ing us up right now, no cap. He's not going to miss too many more of those. He's trying to get hot. Oh, boy, let's go. Now, me, personally, I'm not trying to build, a brand or none of that shit. Or I'm not trying to build, a network. And I'm just trying to build my brand with my homies type shit. And if my homies want to hop on later or whatever, it's cool. Not everybody's goals are my goals. And I feel like that's something that Joe doesn't understand. He was trying to get Rory and Maul into other ventures when, they not like that. And that's not, no disrespect to Rory or Maul, but they're not conglomerate minded. They're not, wanting to be big, bosses or nothing like that. They wanted to be comfortable and get a bag with who they thought was their homie. And when you have two people who are really trying to make a specific thing that all three of y'all enjoy work, but one person is switching up and claiming, oh, I put in this much work, and he's giving off the vibe like y'all are replaceable as but and this is the the thing where I feel like Joe Budden has like a disconnect, kind of like Joe Budden is sitting here preaching like I can compartmentalize business and friendship and shit like that. And it's like, that's cool, you could do that, but you not. Like, you sitting here saying like, my homies was trying to get leverage their friendship with business, when really, like, Rory and Mal explained into deeper detail they wanted to see accounting, and where Joe's trying to paint this picture to where Rory and Mal were his workers. Like everything was under Joe Budden. Joe Budden was a boss, and out of nowhere, Rory and Mal was like, his employees, and the employees wanted to see the financing, or where a lot of the shit was going. And he got mad when they said no. So that kind of makes it seem like, oh, they got greedy. If you're getting paid well, then why are you asking questions, this and that? And Joe Budden in Parks or whatever left that whole part out. They sat there and said, oh, we did projections for the year. And it wasn't even Joe who wanted to do it. Parks and Rory and Mal and Joe all did projections for the whole year. Kind of projecting how the year would go, expenses, this and that. Joe sitting here saying, well, we can't project that. Okay, Joe, but you sitting here saying like they got paid very well, they got overpaid, this and that. And, they should have been happy with what they were getting. And they're trying to paint me a certain way, but really, that's not even the case. That's not even like the case, because you over here saying they were overpaid, and that's not even including tours or merch or none of that shit. So you know exactly how much they're getting paid, and they're getting paid even more with merch. Yet, when they ask to see everything and how much they're getting paid, you say no. I mean, that's kind of a red flag because, you're the businessman, but like I said, you are painting this picture like they were your workers, when really they just exposed the fact that all three of y'all, Rory, Joe, and Mal, were under a binding contract with percentages. And they had a percentage of what the Joe Budden podcast made. We're not talking about the Joe Budden podcast or the Joe Budden network or none of that. Like, we're talking about just the Joe Budden podcast, just the show itself. They get a percentage off everything that show does. And so when they want to know expenses, and according to Rory and Mal, when there is a $400,000 discrepancy, and the people who do the accounting are saying, oh, hey, like, there's a fuck up, or something's not right, and it's not like they're getting paid a salary. Mal had a very good point. As long as LeBron gets his $50 million a year or whatever he makes, he don't give a fuck how much the Lakers make. But if let's say LeBron gets 10% of ticket sales, he wants to know how many tickets were sold, how many VIP, how many this and that. He wants to know. If he's getting a percentage, and if it's a percentage y'all all agreed upon, like all three of them had their lawyers present and this, and they hashed it out, and it was all agreed upon, and you go back and say, well, y'all should be happy with what y'all get. And Mal also has a very good point. Then he goes out and gets, two more co-hosts? Or 4 more co-hosts? Because Savon and them did one, and then they had, the other people do the other one. I honestly haven't even been keeping up with the Joe Budden podcast. like that recently. But I heard Rory and Mal was gone, and I kind of been watching to kind of see. Oh, I should have just shot that with Jamal Crawford, but it's cool. He gonna put that in anyway. But where was I at? Maul was making very key points. And even I remember something Rory had said. Rory had said something about like he doesn't want to have the network that Joe Budden does. He wanted to make his shit with Joe and Maul the best. You know, he never had goals of being like that, and that's fine. Not everybody's path is the same. You feel me? So Joe trying to make it seem like they lazy because they don't want a network like him. So what do you have if Maul got his own network and fucking Rory got his own network and then Parks got his own network, and what, they all just gonna compete with each other, but y'all are all binded under the same contract and all doing the same? Like, that don't make no sense, Joe. For real. So that's a piece of something like, and that's the thing is I felt like there was a lot Joe was omitting, because when you're that confident in your accounting and you're confident in numbers and that, then spit some shit. Rory and Maul came out with numbers. Like they said, hey, 400K was missing and we never heard a word about it after. That's a problem. And then for Joe to like I just watched the fucking the Road Warriors, Dark Side of the Ring. So I know this is weird blending wrestling and hip hop, but it happens sometimes. But check this out. Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call it, the most legendary tag team. And you could even look at the Locks, because it's in the same culture. I mentioned the Locks in my last video. Locks is a 3-man collective. Now, let's say, like Legion of Doom, you had Hawk and Animal forever. It was 10 years, 10 decades, right? Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, whatever. I believe it was the Road Warriors at first. When they first came out on the circuit, on the scene. And they go around dominating and shit, this and that. Decade long in the game. They go around each territory, I'm talking about smashing fools. Like they big top draws wherever they go type shit. And out of nowhere, one gets, kind of addicted to the drugs, because that's what wrestlers did back in the day. Real rock star party scene lifestyle type shit, starts fucking up the chemistry of the team. So eventually, decade long, they go their separate ways. And Animal kind of just does his own thing. Don't really continue with the Legion of Doom. Just kind of sits at home, just chilling. Hawk goes to Japan with the Legion of Doom name. Has another tag team partner. Got another motherfucker in the gear, in the, what is it? The shoulder pads, the face paint, all the whole nine. And they go and buy the Legion of Doom, right? And Animal pissed. Because it's like, bro, we've been under the same name. People know us as this for a decade. Like, it's not even a you or me thing. Like, when they say this name, bro, they think of us. Like, when they say Legion of Doom, they know Hawk and Animal coming, but not no more. You fucked that up. And it wasn't, and that's different because, again, it wasn't even, this was before intellectual property or the internet. So, you could kind of get away with, taking a name and shit like that, because it was wrestling, free kind of different kind of laws and rules type shit. Oh my God, they getting all kinds of shit. But I like the Locks example better, because what if so let's say, what the fuck? So let's say Jadakiss, Sheik, and Styles all fall out. Jada Kiss decide, okay, I'm gonna pick up, two other, New York rappers, like fuck it, let's just say unknown. Like, I'm not even talking like Dave East known. Like, I'm talking like just two young bulls nobody really even know of off the street. You see, yeah, we the Locks. Alright, and then Styles P go and create, get two more motherfuckers, from Philly or whatever, East Coast. Now he's calling themselves the Locks. And then Sheik Louch do the same thing. Get two more other brothers, and now we got three different versions of the Locks from the three original members. And then granted, we'll never see Rory and Mal on something like Name They Shit, the Joe Budden podcast. But I'm just saying, like, they collective. When you say the Locks, you think of, Sheik, Styles, and Jada. When you say Joe Budden podcast, you think of Rory, Mal, Joe. Just because it got Joe's name on it, yeah, but you take any of them out the equation or whatever, it's different. And granted, not all of them were there day one. It's not like it was Joe Budden Podcast episode 1, Joe, Rory, and Mal. They all kind of came together and it built. And like, if you've been a fan from however long, let's say day one, whenever, you've watched them, grow as a podcast. You've watched them, discuss, touchy subjects. Joe Budden jacking off his dog. All of that. Yeah, we cannot get nothing going right now. So you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, we collective 1 minute and build it up and tell them, and you even got a contract saying we are a collective and we get paid as such in a percentage. And then when motherfuckers say, hey, we gotta bust down this money and this and that, you start acting funny and you switch up. And then, bro, you got the whole 400K, bro. Like, motherfuckers died for less. $400,000, bro. Like, that's the thing. Rory and Mal, even as they're explaining the shit, said, hey, we never called the Joe a thief. That came out of Joe. Joe came up with that shit. Like, we painting him like that. Like, and then for him to, like, paint the narrative like, oh, like, Rory and Mal, like, they just left me and, they abandoned y'all and our audience and this and that. After you told Rory stay home, and now you acting like, oh, I'm the big boss and this and that. Steven Adams is on my ass this game. God damn. Luka only got 3 points. God damn. We gotta change that. Brandon Knight was on fire last game. Oh wait, Wiggins still cool, still cooking? No. Everybody's still cool except D-Rose. D-Rose. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he tried to make it seem like, they abandoned him and they just walked out on him. Like, no, bro, you literally told bro stay home. And then even before that, you were the one who was like, okay, let's go to all of our separate corners and, take a little break. You go and sit there and say, let's take a little break and then go and do the show? And then like Mal said, he trying to prove a point. Like, he could just go grab anybody out off the streets and do the Joe Budden podcast and still do what it was doing. And it's like, that's foul. And that's not, I haven't even mentioned the fact that, he, not Rory and Mal said it. They did not say this. Joe exposed this himself. And the proof be in the pudding sometimes. Like, you really gonna sit there and say, these are my boys, this and that, and I could compartmentalize friendship and business, but they didn't read their contracts, and if they try and do anything else outside of this, I'll sue their ass off. Like, yo, so what is it, Joe? Like, business or like friendship? But like, regardless, like, I would never do one of my homies like that. Like, put in their contract, hey, if you ever want to do something else, or if this don't work out between us, we still gonna be friends after, but you can't make a living like how we was. Like, how like, that shit just sounds like snakes shit, bro. Oh my god, and they got the end when we was on a comeback too. That sounds like some real snake, like, shady ass shit. You gonna put that shit in a contract, fo? That's crazy. And then paint the picture like your two employees didn't show up for work and they just walked out, and you know, you couldn't do that at any other job. At any other job, I don't get a percentage of what they make. He conveniently left that part out for the longest. They didn't even talk about that when they was all together in the room. About, you know, contracts and what they divvied up, and while Maul and Rory ain't there, he gonna say he never broke bread with Maul. So what the fuck y'all been doing the last few years? Like, y'all ain't been breaking bread? Y'all ain't been getting no money together? Like, what the fuck y'all talking about right now? Like, what? And Joe's sitting here talking about he was making all the deals behind the scenes and this and that. But according to Rory and Maul, like, that was you. Like, don't sit there and say, oh, they wasn't trying to build their own shit. Did y'all not build the Joe Budden podcast together? Because clearly, like, you came to them for a reason first time out. And there was a reason why they kept coming back. Because if you was done with them, like, let's say 20 episodes in, you would have told them, and this would have happened way before that. So clearly there was something there. You saw it. But then when they want their fair cut, and I do mean fair, because it's not like they helped build the Joe Budden brand. No, they didn't build Joe Budden brand. Like, he was already rich, famous, whatever before the shits. But like Maul pointed out, and this is another good point, when they was on tour, they's in Philly, they in New York, got motherfuckers lined up around the building and shit. And Joe Budden over here, I got these motherfuckers wrapped up around the building. All like, you've done shows in this building. You ain't sold them out. You done shows in Philly. You ain't sold that out. You ain't have motherfuckers wrapped around the building. You ain't have crowds like this for just Joe Budden. So, you trying to act like motherfucker like it's Joe Budden and the Temptations. Like, bro, you got it fucked up. Like, cause I watched Joe Budden and Parks do they shit for, you know, almost however long they did it. I watched maybe like an hour and a half of they shit. For the hour and 9 that Rory and Maul had, I watched the whole thing. Like, that's just the energy. Oh, and they still cool. What about D Rose? Damn it, D Rose. Why you always tired? Alright, no. Wait, why is... Oh my gosh. I should have just shot it. Hey, good blot. Hey, come on. Get up there. It's just something that seems odd to me. You know, I feel like Joe Budden really did omit a lot. And he wanted to tell people what they, you know, what he thought would make him look the best and try and paint a certain narrative. And then when you get, because I didn't even see the Rory and Mal and Joe Budden thing when they were all talking about, you know, the shit that had happened and this and that. Oh. Come on, y'all. We only 3 points down. They playing terrible fucking offense. Out of bounds, y'all. Crazy. Got him. Let's go. Let's get something going. Shit. Good foul. I didn't want it to happen, but it was necessary. And I kind of noticed when, like I said, in the podcast where all three of them were kind of together. They're probably their last show together. Whenever Mal kind of really wanted to get into, you know, the respect and transparency and, you know, shit not adding up, Joe was really quick to change the subject. Like, there was a really awkward silence, and then Joe kind of just went on, like, you know, kind of did the little air horn thing. I think it's like, if you go on their last show, it's on Joe Budden TV. If you go on their last show, like the 1 hour, 15-minute mark, if you listen for like a minute or two, I think it's around like the 1:16, 1 hour 16 mark. That's when that awkward silence shit happens. Like, Mal reiterates for like the almost a millionth time that it's all about respect and transparency after Joe doesn't get the point for, you know, the millionth time. And Joe, I think, finally started to kind of grasp what Mal was saying. And even then, it kind of felt like for the first hour and a half of their last show together, it just felt like Rory and Mal repeating themselves to Joe, and Joe still not understanding, because he even agreed the fact that he, on both occasions, he told him, hey, don't come in, or we should not do this. You know, told Rory, don't come in, and then said, okay, well, now I gotta fire Rory because he's not here. Then the other time, they're like, my two podcasters or my two co-hosts left, this and that. And, you know, they just kind of abandoned me type shit. But you told them, like, well, let's all go to our separate corners. I believe that's the exact words. Because when Rory said it, you know, that's where your exact words, and that's the conversation we had, and that's what was said. Joe didn't say no, that didn't happen. Joe said that's what happened. Literally, word for word. He said, he told Rory, you're forgetting the fact that that's exactly what happened. And it's like, what exactly happened? The fact that you said don't come in and they didn't come in? And Budden and Parks sitting there like, well, we had to keep, you know, the show moving. And, you know, from both perspectives, you know, Rory even said, you know, you still got to do your content, this and that. Not mad at the other two co-hosts, but it's like you also trying to prove the point that you can do this with anybody. Even after you were one of the ones who agreed to step away. You can't agree to step away and then go try and do the show and to be like, oh, the show must go on. After you were the one who, like, one of the ones who agreed, because all three of them made the decision to kind of take a break. To which Joe went back on that, apparently. So it's just real, like, this shit is crazy to me. Because this is like, yo, these guys are friends. And that's what I don't get about Joe. That's the whole point about everything. And I feel like that's the whole thing about Maul, too, is like, we could be friends. And we built this show on friendship. We have a contract. Like, a business contract together, saying we each, get a certain percentage of the show. And now you want to, like, take that back and get mad at the percentage I'm taking and try, like, I guess there was a conversation made where he said after the Spotify deal, that he was going to put Rory and Maul on salary. It's like, oh, fuck that. You can't sit here and say we not trying to get the bag and this and that, and we're not trying to do nothing. Oh my God, Brandon Knight, catch you a body then. And take the lead. Fuck you talking about? And then go out there and slander my name, talking about, well, he just relied on me and he lived with me his whole life and this and that. Okay, but what about now? Even if that were true, and like, we supposed to be boys, and you trying to expose me like that and say you did everything for me and this and that, like I was broke and, in shambles before you came along with this, great podcast idea. Like, bruh, that's so foul. Even if it were true, to play out your boys like that, that's like some Troy Ave shit. You gonna act like your homie died for you, and you gonna blame it on your, like, oh, like, my homie made his own decisions, like, that's, yo, you crazy. Acting real different. And like Maul said, he was acting like he didn't know who he was. Like, we all came up together. Yeah, your name is really on it, for sure. I'm not even arguing the fact we get a percentage from the show. You could keep your little network and everything you make from that. I'm not even tripping, because I don't even care about none of that. But the show that I'm on, and the show that people come to watch, and the reason why YouTube subscribers went up in the last, few years, because it damn sure wasn't for your music. You gonna tell me like, that's none of his business? Let's go. Luca, take over. I gotta call another timeout soon, though. We out here. Then came back. And this is a solid team I'm playing, too. Crazy. Hey, let's go. I don't know how he split that D, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm challenging that for sure. That's all ball. Come on, family. Oh. He overturned? Yeah, all ball. Let's get it. Fuck you talking about? Call my last time out real quick. Alright, bro. You're exhausted. I'm gonna put Bender in. Where is Dragon Bender? There we go. Oh, damn. We got Jabari's the only healthy. But what if we put him in? And then Swaggy P. Alright. Bro, come on now. Oh my goodness. Tried to do the fader, but wasn't happening. Come on, Swaggy. Let's go. No, that foul's a reach. Another something that's really telling to me is that, like, Maul in his viewpoint was like, okay, Joe is changing up. Well, I can't really speak on his, but from what I see, it just kind of seemed like he saw Joe switching up and kind of acting different. Whereas, and he's talking with Rory too about, you know, kind of the shit they see and, you know, the accounting shit that's not adding up. And he's like, if it looked like a duck, you know, quack like a duck, walk like a duck, it's probably a duck, fam. Like, anytime accounting comes up or money comes up, Joe starts to get, you know, this way, a certain way, you know, that's telling. You build a whole podcast 4 years on friendship. Like, that's what it is. Y'all are all friends. And that's what the business is literally y'all being friends. And then one day, well, this isn't just friendship, it's just business. Oh my goodness, what a block. Like, that's crazy how that switches so quick, you know? Like, oh, I thought we was boys, and now, you know, you getting mad because we want a piece of the pie, and we want to see not even more of a piece of the pie. We just want to see the piece that we getting, that we agreed that we all get. It's not even they wanted more. It doesn't even sound like they wanted more, because that's how Joe made it sound. He said they read their contracts, they fully understand, but they're unhappy with them. And that's very vague. That's very vague. And then they enlightened us. Like, okay, we all have a contract, and Joe was not honoring that contract, or accounting was fucking up that contract, and Joe wasn't helping the situation any better. And they let that shit ride for years, apparently. Since the Spotify deal, you know, I guess they started having, you know, uncomfortable talks about money. And Joe, even when they were all together, was like, well, you know, we're the guys that fell out when, you know, the money started coming. And it's like, but y'all was getting money before on deals. Like, yeah, sure, little deals here and there, but it's like, you know, Rory was coming to you with deals here and there for the show and ways to make the show better. And you're like, don't ever, you know, fucking talk about this podcast with anybody else. Or, you know, what are you doing? You know, like, trying to treat him like a worker. And y'all all are trying to be on the same page together. Like, what the fuck? Does that even make sense? You sitting there calling them bums and they don't want to do more, but whenever they try and do more, you fucking yell and scream at them. Apparently, allegedly. But that sound like Joe, don't it? And he got his yes man Parks, which, I don't fuck with nothing nobody say if you getting a check from them. If you paying somebody, they'll say whatever they want, and, they'll say whatever. Park co-signing everything Joe's saying and agreeing with his, narration on it. That's cool. But this is the man signing your paycheck. Rory and Mal is not signing each other's paychecks. They have no reason to agree with each other on any of this. That's what I think is telling. And also the fact, like I said, the fact that Joe Budden is trying to sue his own homies. He said if they try and do anything, without me. So is that what it was the whole time? You just didn't want them to do nothing without you? And you was trying to do everything without them? Because again, it's not like he was giving, it wasn't Spotify, I believe I said last video, he tried to get, Rory a deal at Spotify that fell through or whatever. A little spot. For whatever reason, it fell through, trying to make it sound like he a good friend. Meanwhile, he's not even talking about, when Rory's coming to him with deals, he's screaming at him and shit like that. Like, that's very, manipulative type shit. Like, and you not even offer, like, hey, I got this network coming. I know we do all three of our shits, but, what if you got your own show? And I could understand if he was like, oh no, like I'm not really trying to do like my own thing and do all these different projects. I'm just trying, I'm comfortable with what I get from our percent. Like, people are comfortable. This is another point that I made. Like, not everybody want to be a millionaire all the time. Like, some people just want to live comfortably. Not everybody want a mansion, 13 fucking rooms. Got 10 bathrooms. You could not everybody want that shit. You feel me? Like, I swear I won this game with my fucking bench. Luke is somehow player of the game. I feel like he has done nothing. Oh, he swacked a couple threes in DeLon Wright's face. So, like I could see if they respectfully declined, another, but I don't know if he even did that. He even came to Maul, I guess, and was like, well, why don't you design? Maybe Maul don't want to be a fucking fashion. Like, there's such thing as hype beasts. Motherfuckers that don't want to be designers, they just enjoy the drip. Like, everybody has the same goals or paths. This was what I was trying to say, kind of yesterday. I don't even know if this shit is, even recording my voice. Because, this might be fucking up sometimes. But that's just my whole thing. Is like Maul said, you gotta have respect and clarity. Once the respect is gone, you can't expect motherfuckers to rock with you like how they was. And even if they came back, like let's say they all got together and came back and this and that and everything was good, like I would have to wait a couple episodes because is this shit gonna happen again? Like I can't take this. Like this, like. Granted, Maul and Rory, don't seem like the type to be in this drama like that. Like they said, it's never been about the money with them, and that's kind of what I kind of perceived it as. Is they don't seem like if they was spotlight hungry and like money hungry dudes, like they would have been tweeting, they would have been on a press run and this and that, like trying to get all them dollar bills that they missing out on from the Joe Budden podcast or whatever. But they not. Like, clearly they living comfortably enough to do one thing. And, I guess they can't even do another thing because they might get sued by one of their homies who put it in their contract. Like, what? Again, one of your homies is telling you like Joe Budden is in the right for putting that in the contract just because, that's a good business move. And, no, they're wrong. Watch that homie. Watch that friend. For real. Anybody who really like is on Joe Budden's side right now, you got to watch them. For real, for real. For real. Because like me, I could see it kind of from a perspective because I am trying to build my own brand. Not a network kind of type shit. Eventually, if all my homies can get their own shit, cool. We can all link up. Have a little network or something. Do a podcast together and all promote each other's little solo shits. If that happens. But it's not like I'm over here pressing motherfuckers like and making them feel bad and then going and talking bad about them like, oh, I gave him this opportunity, but he squandered that. And I helped this guy, this time, and, he's never been appreciative. Anytime, he comes around, it's been, me taking care of him. Who does that, bro? Like, that's some real, like, sucker shit, bro. Oh, my gosh. You gotta lob that, buddy. Let's go, Luka. Run that bitch. Run that bitch, Luka. Run that bitch, Luka. Let's go. I gotta go check on my phone. But yeah, just from what I understand and what everything that I've dissected and kind of analyzed, like, bro, there's a lot of things that Joe Budden been wanting to say for a long time, and he didn't get to really say them until, Rory and Maul were out the room because they were all together, and even after they left, it's like Joe Budden, it's like what they were telling Joe in one ear and out the other. You feel me? That's not cool, bro. I should have just let D-Rose hit that, but it's cool. Oh, no. Yo, they really doubling Luka like that? Oh, but they not going to double Wiggins? Period. Oh! That's crazy. Oh yeah, we taking this dub. That's for another day though. My fault, y'all. I'm checking my investments and shit. Damn, I guess I'll have to wait till later on today to play some NBA bets. Kind of in the middle of some shit right now, but if I may continue, my fault, y'all. Had to check my phone and shit, catch up with the world. We at home again? Oh no, we're at New York. All right, you gonna rock the same deer shit. But yeah, I mean, and I didn't even get really to the to the part where Charlemagne called this shit months ago. Said Joe Budden was finna get kicked off of you know, what is it, Complex or Spotify, whatever the fuck it is. Called that. Called Joe Budden, crashing and burning this shit. Called it. He called it all. Because he knows the type of person Joe is. No one better than me, at least. Called it. Shit. And I'm really not getting into the fact that, well, maybe I guess I could. He was letting academics pretty much trash Rory and Maul all the time. But those your boys, I'm not letting one of my boys talk down, even if it is his boy like that. Business friend, real friend, whatever. I'm not gonna let one of my homies talk down on another one of my homies like that. Like, and I'm sure it goes both ways. Like, you sometimes homies fall out with it or whatever, and they beef, whatever. But you honestly can't sit there and be like, oh well, one of my homie hates the other homie, and we just all cool. I just can't kick it, with the other. Like, we grown, bruh. We can't work through our problems or none of that. Like, yo, I know this is kind of like some shit that really don't even like tie into nothing. But like, if FBG Duck could get members from like 051 and like Jaro City, TW, whatever, hanging out and shit and being cordial with each other, like not homies, not friends, but like they was, going to parties and kicking it with each other and nothing really happening. And it's like, yo, they took people's family members and shit, bro. Like, they got like blood beef. Like, ain't nothing in this world like that can't be talked out. Maybe not talked out, but like can't be, kind of see eye to eye or get a talking point to. Here comes this dog barking for no reason again. At least I got a whole hour in, no dog barks, right? Slam that shit, boy. What the fuck you talking about? Same thing, like when Charlemagne said that, Joe Budden was going to replace Rory with Act. Joe Budden was quiet. As a homie, I'm like, nah, I'll never, these are my guys. They're irreplaceable. Because I feel like that whole notion of there's no such thing as an irreplaceable worker, this and that, like that's a fucking myth, bruh. It's a myth. You might have 1-2 people in the whole building. It's not for every, business or whatever, but, there are always those people that bring the good vibes to work, that good energy, the people you like to work with, the people that work hard and that you could still, relate to and conversate with, still get shit done. There are those workers that everybody likes working with. Maybe some people don't like them because they got their own personal issues with them or whatever, but those are those people that that are generally and genuinely liked, just for who they are. And some people don't like that. And I could kind of see it from Maul's point of view, because I guess near the end, like, Joe was kind of talking to him crazy, and I literally just had to deal with that at work, bro. Like, not, I'm trying to kind of relate it to myself, but even still, I'm not trying to, just trying to relate. Like, I just had somebody at work trying to talk to me crazy. Like, and I guess I kind of gave him the impression, because the first time I kind of let it slide, okay, wow. You kind of asking, like, a lot of questions that ain't your business type shit. It's like, okay. Came in the next day and kind of tried to do it again. Asked me a whole bunch of questions that wasn't none of his fucking business, especially because trying to ask me what I do and, who I report to and who my other people report to and shit. Like, weird shit. And the shit that is really none of his business, like I said. Because this motherfucker lazy and can't even, keep up with his own team. Because he's supposed to be a manager, but nobody even likes working with his lazy ass anyways. We work in the weed industry, the motherfucker can't even cut a plant down because he gets a rash, fam. Like, stop. He's trying to talk crazy to me, ask me all kinds of crazy ass, like, questions and shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. So I was like, I wasn't finna let that slide. So I kind of let that shit simmer for a couple hours at work. Oh, almost was a good steal. And I kind of finally found him at we got two different buildings right next to each other. So I go into the other building where he at. And I kind of pull him aside and kind of let him know what it was. And he was I kind of let him know that I knew about a situation. And like, bro, like, I know more about me, or I know more about you than you know about me, type shit. Because everybody talk about what a piece of shit you are, bro. And I'm sure you don't hear nothing about me other than, like, the shit that I tell you in the conversations that we've had. You feel me? Oh, they D'ing me up, low key. Gotta get something going, fuck. So, pretty much had to, kind of put him in check a little bit. Let him know what it was. Don't come at me like that, because I could definitely come at you like that. And we could take it further, because I'm not with the back and forth shit at work. Just trying to go in there, get my shit done, and have a nice day, family. But you want to come in here on this extra shit, bro? Bruh. You want to make a scene and tell motherfuckers how I talk to you, or if I bruise your ego, by all means, kid. Just know, if you come to me disrespectful like that again, gonna have bigger problems than an argument, family. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I could kind of relate to all these perspectives and shit and everything that been going on, especially from someone who's trying to, like, build a brand. And granted, like I said yesterday, I ain't got, like, the Joe Budden starter kit. I ain't got nobody famous I could call up or whatever. Bro, I gotta hit those. Just trying to get these rebounds. Oh, I wonder if I could get a 3. Thank you. Let's go. Got him. Too easy, baby. Let's go. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab me a plate, y'all.
Like a baby.
They're like, they smell like my mom and dad did when they came home yesterday.
What is my girl doing? Down? Because no.
What do you got planned for today?
Go home and get high all day. I put the barbecue in the back. We folded that rug up. We're throwing that motherfucker in the trash.
Would the kids paint on it, or?
I don't know what the fuck they did. Rhonda's like, I would have never had you wash it if I seen that shit. I was like, I thought you were trying to have me try to get that shit off. She's like, hell no, throw it away. Now you tell me after I spent 2 hours trying to clean the motherfucker? Yeah, well, fuck that part. I told Joanna, haven't you learned once you give your kids something, you're not going to want it back, trust me. There ain't nothing you give these kids that you want back. These kids don't know how to take care of a motherfucking thing. I don't give a fuck. They can have it. Go buy a new one. Fucking smell like fucking. I told Joanna, what did they do? Let the kids be on the road because it smells like fucking pee. They didn't have no beds. My Darby's left the kids just paint with fucking what kind? Fucking fluorescent glow in the dark paint, bro. That fucking dry hard as a rock. That shit's not coming off, on you. Nah, she was like, it didn't. Nah, man, I tried to get that shit. That shit ain't moving. Yes, Grandpa loves my baby. Come on. Come on. Where's my baby going? What did my girl do? What did my girl do? Yes, it's my baby. You are my baby. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. Josie, you are a pretty girl. You are a pretty girl. You got a tail just like Gotti. You get hit with that motherfucker, you might bust the lip open. Sit. Doja. Sit. Sit. Girl. Good girl. Sit. 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 Good girl. You so smart. You so smart. You are so smart. Ain't nothing over here for you. No, you did. Oh, she thought those was a lap dog? Look at how she sat on me the same way Gotti does, bro.
Oh, yeah.
What's the matter? Are you being good girl? Doja, are you being good girl or bad girl? Huh? I heard you getting your ass chewed out yesterday. I told Jules to tell Daddy, don't make me have to bring Gotti. Then the dogs are the boss. What was you being bad girl, huh? Was you being bad girl? What was she barking at? You wanted to play? Gotti only when he barks at you because he wants a treat or he wants. Hey bro, when Gotti wants to play, this dude is. He wants to play. He wants to play. I'm like, Gotti, your old fucking ass is gonna play for 5 minutes and then you're gonna limp around the house for 2 weeks.
Real tight?
What's the damage, son? 65.
Oh, fuck. My bad, y'all.
You watch any of the boxing last night?
Nah, I watched, man, over there, good thing how you been.
You know, nothing beats family breakfast early in the morning. Figure I'll finish this game out. Oh, yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. Back like I never left. Fuck a Alfred Payton. Ooh, that was a nice little pass. What are you doing? I hate y'all, bruh. Don't switch. The fuck are you doing? Giannis, you are not being as aggressive as I need you to be right now. If he was, I would have been had like 10 assists by now. We got RJ Barrett dropping threes. Y'all can't fuck with me. Bro, what is Brooke Lopez doing? It's too easy. Let's go. Finish strong. Oh, I wanted that so bad, no cap. Bro, I cannot get that fader to go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Y'all know what I do. Take over. Let's get it. It really likes switching. Yeah! You know what the fuck I'm talking about? Let's get it. 21. Timeout. With a quarter of a takeover left. You're not sitting that. Let's go. Let's go, Giannis. Yeah. That gotta be my bad. They be switching often. Oh my goodness. That's another turnover on my behalf. I should have just scored that. I know better now. They're trying to defend Giannis all they can. To rebound? Bruh, I can't pass around Julius Randle. Stop playing with me, bruh. Oh my god. And we still on a 10-2 run, and I just had 2 straight turnovers. They take me out because I'm pretty tired. It's 3 minutes left in the third. I'm trying to come back in the fourth. Cop a double-double or something. I don't know. We'll see. Yep, I knew it. Take me back in the fourth. I wonder if I could bust a 3. Oh, almost. Hey, thank you. We get the ball right back. Oh, shit. Over here trying to spark a blunt in the middle of a game. I can't do that. Okay, y'all clearly are not trying to fucking help me at this point. I'm just trying to bust a three. Wide open. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. That sucks. Oh. That's my bad. Ooh. Hey, let's go. We could get a double-double maybe. If I get 5 more assists in 5 minutes. Hey, and this could be cake. Hey, Giannis. Take that. He's not hitting that. Oh, I lobbed it up a little too high. That's my bad. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, no. Why? Why did I do that? Giannis, take that. Trying to get my double-double at least. No, sir. Don't do it. Not a blocking foul. Yeah. I'm just swiping it now. I'm not even playing. Good. Great. Yes. Should get forced to turnover, but it's cool. Look at a pick and roll, maybe. Let's get it. Salute. Oh. Over here. Ooh. 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 Yeah. Bro, that might be my new average. 30 and 10. Yeah, come on, yeah. Okay. Too easy. Too easy. My bad. My bad. Almost a 30 and 10. Got some steals. Definitely got my rebounding badge up. Let's get it. See how we gonna spend that. I want to say I almost got 20K saved up. I led the team in blocks. Okay. Let's get it. Look at the pickpocket. Ooh. Definitely increase my post fade. Yep. Post moves as well. Alright. Dope. Alright. Thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry, I kind of left, came back, finished it out. But y'all got the basic gist of it. Got all the narratives. And, you know, despite Joe making some good points, he just very calculated and manipulative. As a friend, bro, if you coming from a friend, as a businessman, and as a friend, bro, you wrong. Point blank. But hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Be safe out there, y'all. Don't get smoked. I'm out.